day 3, and I'm exhausted. I think I stayed up till like 2 last night, finishing everything up and getting my vlog posted. If you haven't seen day 2 vlog, go check it out now. I am currently reading Down and Out in Paris and London by George Orwell. And I kind of picked this one because it's a nice small little book. Yesterday was exhausting. And 2, I'm gonna be out in the field working today. And when I say by out in the field, I mean out in the woods, next to a creek, doing some field work because I work in natural resources. That should be beautiful. I'll give you some pictures of where we end up. And yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. It feels like a character study of people who live in this poor neighborhood in Paris. At least that's what I'm at so far, and I just like George Orwell's writing style. It's very colorful and it's very engaging. So I'm in it. This feels just like a good book to read right now. I always come back to classics somehow. I'm about 15 pages in, so I'm not that far yet, but I'm gonna have some coffee, read a little bit before it's time to head out. All right, cup of the day is this cute little Minnie Mouse, relaxing, chilling, having a great day at the beach. And hopefully when I drink this coffee, I will feel that way. And then I've got a nice little biscotti, chocolate nonnies biscotti. Figured I better check out and see how this video that I finished at 2 p.m. last night turned out. Okay, so this has got to be the quote of the day. You discover that a man who has gone even a week on bread and margarine is not a man any longer. Only a belly with a few accessory organs. Geared up and ready to go to work. Okay, so I'm just reading Down and Out in Paris and London for a few minutes before my coworker shows up so we can get to work. And I've got to say, this is the weirdest thing to say about a book where we're talking about poverty and people in really difficult situations, but George Orwell's writing style when it comes to this very desolate subject matter is so charming, and the stories are so charming, and I just can't reconcile my feeling that this is just so charming and fun to read when I'm reading about something that's devastating. You know, the level of poverty that, you know, people are living in these Paris slums is horrifying, and yet I'm just like, oh, this is so fun to read. I don't understand it. Isaac, say hello. Someone's jealous. Okay, here's a fun quote for you. Roughly speaking, the more one pays for food, the more sweat and spittle one is obliged to eat with it. Oh, you have a way with words, Mr. Orwell. Okay, so after a fairly long day, I am home, work went well, and Mom and I did the running around we needed to do for our cars. I did not get Down and Out in Paris and London finished today. I'm a little under halfway through my page 93, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's a really fun read, but it's been a long day. Tomorrow is a very early morning for work, and so I need to get this video posted and get myself off to bed. So far, I'm really enjoying this. I really like George Orwell's writing style. He's not really talking about a specific storyline. It's more of a discussion of people's lives that are poor in Paris. And I actually think it's interesting because it's like you're just seeing these pictures and these scenes of these different types of people. And on Goodreads, one of the reviews said something like, if you're a germaphobe, don't read this. Because it's true. There's a lot of really nasty things that you read about in this book. And there's definitely a few problematic quotes, and I think that's indicative of the time. I'm not at all condoning it, I'm just saying it's indicative of the time. This was written before World War II in Europe at a time when there was a lot of anti-Semitism. There are a few remarks in the book from some of the characters he's dealing with that are anti-Semitic, so that's something to keep in mind when you're reading this. Overall, though, I think he does a really good job of painting a picture of these people that he's in contact with. He definitely feels like a person who comes from a wealthy family and is acting as a poor person. I mean, he is poor when he's living in Paris, but it doesn't seem like he is someone who's used to being poor. So it almost seems like a little like, you're kind of just playing with something you don't really understand, dude. There's one particular part where he says something along the lines of, and there's times when, you know, you have no money, but you accidentally waste it by, say, you cook some milk on the stove and a fly flies into it, then you have to throw all the milk out. And I was thinking, if this guy's actually living in poverty, he's not throwing that milk out, even if there's a fly that lands into it. But it's interesting. It's really interesting to see his perspective and to hear what he has to say about this community that he's living in. So anyways, I look forward to reading some more of this tonight. Hopefully I'll finish it sometime tomorrow, and then I can start on the next book. I think I'm going to try to read Persepolis next. And I'll keep listening to Gulliver's Travels, which is being narrated by David Hyde Pierce. And if you don't know who he is, he's Niles Crane from Frasier, the TV show Frasier. And he's got this beautiful British accent. His voice is perfect for narrating Gulliver's Travels. And so I'm just enjoying his voice so much. I enjoyed Gulliver's Travels, the parts that I read in the past, but I'm enjoying it even more now because of him reading this. It's just perfect. So if you ever get a chance to listen to the version that's narrated by David Hyde Pierce, I would recommend it. He is fantastic. All right, so I'm off to edit this, and I will see you tomorrow on day 4. Let's hope I can get some books read. See you later.